Welcome to Literature History, Late Victorian Period. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Sayid Hassan Ariel. My student number is 1814-025016. In English Literature A 2018. The characteristic of the era. Although Queen Victoria, that embodiment of maternal uprightness, reigned until January 1901, and although the last years of her reign appeared to be patriotic observers to mark the apogee of national and imperial glory, the Victorian rule, values, beliefs, and standards of personal and social behavior were already being challenged, sometimes angrily, by a new generation of intellectuals and writers. The literature of the last 20 years of the century engaged in an extended and various discourse which attempts to re-evaluate an assumption of the 1850s and 1860s to work out the implication of new concept of liberation and evolutionary development. The characteristic of that era. The English fiction in the last 2 decades of the 19th century has to all frequently has been dominated by the work of a subtle, demanding, expatriate American, Henry James, 1843 till 1916, and by that of the novelist, patronizing, dismissed by James as the good little Thomas Hardy. The reality is both more complex and wide-ranging. James' increasingly elusive novel took time to find discriminating and appreciative audience, while Hardy's far more popular but rural and provincial stories contrast strikingly with predominantly urban and indeed urbane fiction of ideas, which also marks the period of Erewhon, its title being an anagram of nowhere. It is perpetuating work, one which tends to define its term of reference by means of negative, while relegating its positives to singularly dark corners. What do you know about this era? The Church of England is observed as still firmly rooted in a rural society, much as its buildings are part of Wessex landscape, but its authority has been withdrawn and its physical structures are now incapable of holding, framing, interpreting a grand but essential discomforting ideas of universe. What is the lesson have you learned? Late 19th century English literature remained remarkably insular in its styles and preoccupations. Its predominant concerns with the English societies and ideals, with English religion and its development, and with England's position within the United Kingdom as the center of a still expanding colonial and commercial empire. There often seemed to be a full enough justification for this insularity, though not all reasons behind the justification were bred of success. He writing concerned with the imperial expansion and much of domestic discourse on social and political problems. Thank you.